Hey E-Team, it's Wedgie Wednesday. Time to set the wedge. Thanks for all these great improvements. Enjoy. Looks a lot better. Won't collect snow, so it'll freeze and make us fall. Way to go.
So first off, we were having a problem because we're working from left to right, and it's easier when you pour to work from right to left. So we took it down to do a swap, but we seen the damage and how ugly it was. We had an extra board on there, so we took off that extra board. Then we cleaned her up real nice and fixed that one board that was wobbly. After she was all cleaned up, scraped down, blown off, we took this extra board and eliminated it, threw it in the dumpster. Then we cleaned it up with some acetone and got it ready for painting. As you see, we taped it off so we didn't make it look nice like it does. Once we were done with that project, we 3S'd the savers. Got all of the back off of it and then noticed that one of the handles were broke. Luke took it, they'll get it fixed. Once the rest of them, he had them all scraped up and ready for paint. We brought them in, cleaned them a little bit with some acetone, taped them, sprayed them. Once they were all cleaned up and all four colors, we stood them all up against the wall. They'll finish the project tomorrow. We'll let it dry for the day. Looks nice, thank you.
Over here at Spray, so we had a heat gun that didn't have a home. Now it has a home, and it's not even hidden by the trash can. The discussion was that this is where it was needed because this is where they're untaping the bowl, and then they have the heat gun.
Good morning. So lately, I'm coming in and acetone here hasn't been covered up, and I've asked, and we didn't know that there was a cover for it, and just always had a cover laying up here, and just took it, whatever, and it gets thrown away because there's no communication, didn't have a home, wasn't labeled, nobody knew. So I got a new one, labeled it, and communicated about it so we know that this does have a cover, because it does work really nice. The exact ring there is the exact ring in a cup, and it sits on it nicely. So this still has to get labeled for a home, but we put a hook guy right here, put a hole through it, so she'll sit just like that. Hole needs to be a little bigger.
More elite. So we have these pictures here. There's no labels of what it says or what it means. It's kind of sloppily done with this tape. It kind of looks a little crappy. So I'm going to get this labeled because they're actually for the grease zerks, where they show where they're at and then they actually correlate with the arrows that are here. So I'm just going to get that labeled up and clean.
So we have some training issues back here on me, gonna have to work on. So I have a sign here, laces up. So first off, just gonna help get this gel coat switched out this morning. And this bad boy here was all the way back here. And it sucked to spin it. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. I'm such a wussy this morning. And I finally got her spun around, got her off and opened her up, and it's white. So that's frustrating. So that means a clear one is this guy over on the white. And then we had this cover for, actually, this one's empty.
Obviously, this is a less than desirable situation that we found ourselves in, but opportunities are abound when there are problems present. So I think we're making some good changes, and let's make sure that when we 3S, we uncover these problems. Way to go, Shane.
Morning. So on both sides it was the same, so I got the tape all off it. Got it with two-sided tape, labeled grease zerk locations. Then gonna do a little improvement where it says zerk instead of just a whole bunch of little arrows pointing to the zerks. But no one knows that that's what they're pointing to.
Hey guys, so Jesse was saying that the bag was kind of needed to be redone over underneath the flat grinder, and I came over and it actually is doing what it needs to do. It just was crooked and stuff. So what I did is I cut this block, and I think we're gonna start putting it back in there. And maybe we can just slide this block in, and that'll keep our bag from moving instead of, you know, redoing the whole thing. And then as we got over on this side, we noticed that this was actually broken. So I stuck a screw in there real quick just to hold it in place, but we're gonna have to replace this. But that probably has a lot to do with it too. But maybe I cut another block and I put it over on this side, and we kind of get the same thing going. And as we take it out, we just put these blocks back in and out instead of building a big fancy thing. Thanks.
This is fantastic. We combined our safety gear and spray. Now to get this tube in so that we don't run out and make it easy to manage our inventory. Thank you so much, everybody. And this is a great reminder that problems almost always create opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. Let's keep up the good work, guys. Thanks a lot.